In today's modern world, you have to be extremely cautious with the way you present yourself to your superiors. For people interested in getting a higher education or professional career, they need to understand rhetoric. You don't understand? Well, let's put it into a more visual point of view. You wouldn't show up to an interview like this, would you?
Yeah, so I don't really want this job. I just needed beer money and I saw this ad on Craigslist, so yeah. When do I start?
And we know you'd never say that.
Hi there. I'm very interested in this job and hope to be a great asset to your team.
If you know not to go to an interview like that, then why would you write an email to your boss or professor like this?
Hey prof, can't make it to your class this afternoon. Got stuff going on that I don't want to miss. And your class is in the middle of it, so that's just not gonna happen. If you could send me the work we do in class and any of the notes taken, that would be dope. And I'll see you in the next class. Probably. See ya, T.
Like the interview, hopefully you know not to write an email to your boss or professor like that. But now you might be wondering, how do I write to my boss or professor? Well, here are some good starting points.
Let's take our student here as an example. They decided to start off their email with the appalling starter of, "Hey prof." One must always remember their audience while writing. When writing to a superior, it is customary to begin with "Dear," followed by their official title. This shows respect to whom you are writing, which will in turn earn you respect. If you'll be missing class, let your professor know in a good amount of time, but also clearly explain the reason why you will not be in attendance. Many professors will excuse your absence if you are able to provide a legitimate excuse such as doctor appointments, car trouble, or personal or family matters. Let your professor know that you will do all the necessary makeup work to get notes from fellow classmates, or come into a professor's office hours if they are available. Lastly, make sure to sign with your full name because chances are that your professor teaches more than one T. Oh, and make sure to spell check before you send anything. Spelling errors make you look uneducated and like you just don't care. You may not care, but they don't need to know that. Another form of writing you might find yourself frequently running into is that of invitations. Whether it be digital or paper invite, you have to make sure to be clear and concise.
What's the house number again? It doesn't even say. All it says is that it's on this street and that we'll hear bumpin' music. Well, that's not helpful at all.
How rude is it to not tell people where you're going to have your bumpin' party? Plus, it's customary for you to include date, time, place, and reason for the event. You know, if you follow these guidelines, you're sure to impress and have a fantastic soiree. To recap, it's not too hard to make a great impression when meeting people. Just make sure that you are polite and professional. When writing to a superior, make sure that you address them properly, let them in on the purpose for writing them, have an appropriate salutation, and make sure you have no spelling errors. Lastly, when you are inviting others to a get-together, make sure to at least include time, date, place, and reason for event.
With this advice, you will surely be a rhetorical rock star.